Welcome back to the MLG coverage of DreamHack Bucharest. Right now, the group stage 2 is done. They're setting up group stage 3. While they're doing that, we're checking out that Crank vs. Innovation match we missed earlier in the day. We just saw Crank take down Innovation on Whirlwind, and that was an insanely exciting game. I feel like we weren't as excited as we should have been that game because
No, not at all.
like
I think that was it was a whirlwind of a game.
it was absolutely whirlwind, and me kicking the computer and breaking everything
I think that offset a lot of the excitement.
But like thinking back on that game, there was so much action. Both players were constantly dropping. There was
Yeah.
literally a point-state game. There was battles in 6 places because each player had 3 bases. Every single base from every single player had units from both sides fighting it. It was definitely a game to come back and watch because that was spectacular.
All right, guys, so let's get on into game number 2 here between these two players. Spawning up here in the top right-hand corner from Team Axiom, it is Crank. And down here in the bottom left-hand corner from Team Acer, it is Innovation. As I get back into my excited voice. Pump up the volume, pump up the jam.
Innovation saying, you know what, Crank did take that first game, but those DTs were just so nasty.
Yeah, those DTs were everywhere.
I mean,
it was just amazing how much damage they could do within the army, outside of the army, in harassment, just denying drops. They're just everywhere.
The drop defense from DTs was huge that game because Crank was really spread thin. When he lost the Twilight Council, he had no blink. And Innovation's drops, if it wasn't for those DTs,
yeah.
I mean, the drops did a lot of damage because it's Innovation, but they would have ended the game if there weren't DTs there to help receive.
I think Innovation needs an army of Ravens because right now he's afraid of his own shadow.
You know what? I would love to see an army of Ravens. That's actually my favorite unit composition, is when you start going Ravens and you switch it up by adding in more Ravens.
I was about to say,
Yep.
when you start going Ravens and then you don't stop.
Yep, that's the best composition, man. It gets you hit a certain amount, a certain quantity, where it's just this critical mass, and you just can't lose anymore. Now, that being said, it's really, really hard to actually build Ravens in decent numbers and not get totally steamrolled, spending all your gas.
I mean, it's really different from Terran because Terran normally they're like gas. My units don't require gas.
Yeah.
I don't know how to mine gas. I know mules. Can I put mules in the Vespene geyser? No? I don't know how
I would
to get
love
this.
that change. I would just play Terran and Mass Ravens every game.
I think everybody would play Terran.
But would everybody mass
Mules
Ravens?
Oh, maybe.
They might make a few, but no one masses Ravens as much as me. Actually, I did see
That's so Raven.
Major. Major does it sometimes too. He likes to have fun.
He's majorly into Ravens.
He's majorly into Ravens. So we do see, of course, the command center first. It went down from Innovation. Crank went with a very fast Nexus as well. Slightly behind the command center timing, but not very much. Getting that Mothership core out as well to deflect any early Reaper. And if there's no early Reaper, like in this case, you can just cross the map, get some scouting.
Do a little damage.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can shoot Marines a couple times.
Yeah.
And they don't get Band-Aids until medevacs come out, so he's got a while to wait.
There's no nurse to put on the Pokemon Band-Aid on there and just, be like, here you go. I mean, I would use, a Kim Possible Band-Aid because that's my show right now. But, it depends on what kind of Band-Aid would you have? If you were to go and get, like, a shot, what Band-Aid would you opt for? Would it be Pokemon?
No, it would have a tiger on it.
Tiger?
Yep.
A tiger. Like
Tiger
tiger stripes or like just a
no,
whole tiger?
Like a whole tiger.
A whole tiger.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big Band-Aid.
And then the background would be like jungle.
Jungle.
Yep.
I think I could get behind that.
Yeah.
A couple of Marines are going to engage this one Stalker. They are not at critical mass, though, where the Marines can constantly just A-chase the Stalker and get hits on it all the time.
Because every time it turns around, there's so much damage output. Crank's doing a great job microing the Stalker. I mean, he's taking damage, but the shields will regenerate. He's putting a lot of damage on the Marines in the process as well. So that push-up from Innovation, I'm not sure if it got what he wanted. I think he was trying to scout, make sure there's no pylons around the map, see what his opponent had. But he really actually didn't get nearly the type of vision or information he wanted to have.
Crank is going for a Twilight Council. He's got +1 armor on the way. Are we going to see a +2 charge lot?
We very well might. It could be straight to Yeah, charge lots are definitely there. With 4 gases, he may even just go straight to High Templar and do some type of storm timing.
4 gases. This is very interesting.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. He's gonna have the upgrade advantage again over Innovation. eBay just coming in right now. Marines being sent back to the base to defend against any type of war prison drop because last game, man, last
game. That's all you have to say about it. +1 now going down here for Innovation. Gonna start getting some of those weapons to be a little bit more weapony, a little bit more damagey, and make his Marines just a little bit more useful. That's gonna be very important because those Zealots are gonna have +2 armor, if I am assuming correctly. There's a Templar Archives also going down here, so we're gonna start seeing some High Templar coming out here for Innovation. For Crank. That'd be great if Innovation could have High Templar.
Yeah.
Ghost and High Templar, game over.
High Templar with Ignite Afterburners and healing them back up again.
Oh, man.
Running around. Yeah, it would be very fun.
Archons and Ghosts. GG. But anyway.
Better be careful with your EMPs.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops, I just got rid of my own army here. We do have Innovation, actually. No 3rd command center. Instead, adding a 4th and 5th barracks. And he did scan that Twilight Council, so maybe he suspects some type of pressure here. Or just wants to really power off 2 base, knowing that on this map, 2 base, production focused type builds can often work out really well. To Protesters take a 3rd, there's so many good drop opportunities. But the problem is on 2 base, it's very hard to add in Ghosts.
Yeah, I was going to say he got the Twilight Council, but he didn't see the Templar Archives.
Yeah.
And that's really key here. Because if you just see a Templar Archives, you're like, all right, maybe it's a blink play. Because blink play would actually be pretty strong on this map. Kind of.
I mean,
yeah, I think
it's a little too late in the game.
Yeah, a little too late.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else that he really has incredible knowledge of behind this. Did he see all those gateways go down? No, he didn't. There are so many gateways that are going to go down.
And by now he knows it's not Dark Templar, so he probably suspects the range it builds. He knows it's some form of High Templar, Archons, or Charge Lots.
Forge, could be so much, but he has no real clue just yet. And it looks like he's going to try and nip this in the bud. He looks like he wants to do a little bit of aggression. Maybe try and catch him before the Protoss is actually at any type of critical mass. Charge Lot now going down here. +2 armor has finished up now. +1 weapons immediately starting right after that. Crank on top of his macro. Does not grab the Mothership Core. Mothership Core does use Photon Overcharge.
Crank's just trying to push him back. He really wants to wait for charge. He already has Psystorm. That's great defensively, but to push out on the map against a Kiting Terran player, charge is really, really what Crank's going to be looking to supplement his forces with. Now, upgrade-wise, Crank is looking great. He's got 2 armor, 1 attack sound away. Innovation just has a single attack upgrade. He is adding Ghosts in the army now, but he only has 2 bases, so just an overwhelming number of charge loss with great upgrades could be problematic.
And he also doesn't have Mobius Reactor either, so those Ghosts are going to have to charge up all of their energy. They're not going to start off with that bonus energy and immediately be able to EMP. He's going to have to wait for them to actually get the 75 energy, and then, that's a whole bunch of bonus energy he's not going to have to deal with these High Templar. That's going to be very difficult for him to deal with.
And that's all that the lack of a 3rd base really showing itself to Innovation right now. But what he needs is a good engagement and some great Ghost control, and then to kill Crank's 3rd. And that's what he's going to be looking to do. He's starting to bring out a secondary force of units. Or no, he's going to meet up with both of his armies here at the top. Hallucinating Phoenix Scout sees the Ghosts. So now Crank knows that they're out there. And that's useful because when you're in a situation where if you don't think Ghosts are out there, you'll keep your Templar all clumped just to keep everything close together. They're less vulnerable to being sniped by small squads of bio.
Right.
But if you know they're out there, you may be a little more careful to not get hit by a massive surprise EMP.
I like how this factory's just kind of hanging out here. Just, hey guys, I see what you're doing there. I see it. Can't actually land on the Zealots. I'm not sure why. If you've seen the animation from STARCRAFT, there's a little Zergling that's just kind of puppy dogging while watching the command center try and land.
That was a funny one. Here come the Ghosts in the front. There's 1 Archon there. They're looking for the Templar. Of course, Ghosts are a little bit faster than Templar, and their range and their ability slightly outrange them, but a single Psystorm or 2 can totally change an engagement. Not to mention the fact that Crank is getting more and more charge lots on it. I'm pretty worried here for Innovation.
He's trying to pressure in the front, but Innovation is rallying his army not to his existing army, but just to his natural, which is very smart. Oh, the Ghosts have clumped up. There's 1 EMP, but it does kind of whiff. Only hits 1 of those High Templar. He's going to be able to get a good Psystorm. He does zone away the Terran army with 1 Psystorm, but here comes the 3rd base now under duress. Can these Zealots make a change in this?
Oh, look at that flank. Zealots from the back. The Terran army is sandwiched by these guys, slicing it up.
Psystorms do go down. They take out so much of the Terran army. The ground army is completely eviscerated. And it looks like Crank is not letting up. He's charging right back on in. The High Templar are still chasing. They do have storms left in their energy reserves. So many of the Zealots are hurt, though. If he continues to get kited, he's going to lose a lot of them.
He can afford it. I mean, he's on 3 bases versus 2. He's got almost 2-2 upgrades versus 1-1. I don't know what Innovation can do at this point. He's going to have to do some clever attacks, maybe some you know, micro from another world or something, because as Crank continues to push in here, he can afford to make trades, even if Innovation trades efficiently.
There are a number of High Templar that are actually really far behind here for Crank to actually use, but it doesn't really matter. A really nice storm does go down here, and these units are getting destroyed by these storms, and there's like 3 full energy Templar coming in here now, and they're going to be able to drop the storms that I think are going to start the song that ends Innovation, as Crank is just completely on top of his game here, and it looks like we might see the end of Innovation here. There's no more left. There's the GG Crank. 2 O's Innovation.
Wow, and of course, this was a group stage 2 match.
Yeah.
Crank actually goes 6-0 in that group as well, so really dominant performance from Crank. Look forward to seeing him play in group stage 3. Right now, I think we're deciding, you know, their admins are figuring out who does which games, so we're going to come back some group stage 3. In just a bit, I think.
That was my last game.
Oh yeah, you're cycling out, man.
Yeah, I'm cycling out.
Well,
we're gonna have another caster come in here.
Yes.
He's gonna be joining our glorious Axlev here. He's gonna be on Skype though, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like,
okay.
Yep.
So guys, I'm out. But thank you very much for giving the opportunity for me to cast these games.
Yep. Shout out your stream and your show and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I do have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/sham2. I'm trying to come up with new content. I just did a review of Rome Total War. Which was pretty cool. And I also have a Twitter, twitter.com/QuanticSham2, if you want to check out more of my casting and pretty much everything else that I do. So thank you very much, guys, for letting me cast here. Axlev, thank you very much. Axel Toss, I know you're off in sleeping heaven.
Oh,
but,
he's always in chat, probably.
He's probably in chat. He's probably like just unconsciously just typing away.
He does it in his sleep at this point.
Thank you for the content, I guess, we were doing before with Axel Toss. And you guys have a great day. I'm going to be tuning in once I get home. I'm going to go eat. I am starving.
Awesome, awesome. So we'll be right back with Stage 3 as soon as that gets started. Don't go anywhere. MLG, your source for all SC2 content.